Surprise, it's the afternoon.
Oh, look at the daylight.
We're going live.
And my cat.
Yeah. Colonel, it's the perfect backdrop.
It's a perfect backdrop.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Shay.
We're semi on time, kind of.
We are. We're early.
Hi, Pepper.
We're early.
This is Pepper.
This is Pepper, guys. Do you know? I don't think Pepper's ever made an appearance on the pod.
This is her debut. Look at her. She's usually not this forceful.
She's very excited to be on the show.
Well, usually, like, Penelope is at the office, and so she's just like, somebody send help. Help me.
The gang is all here. Well, they're not all here, but
good
most
Lord.
of them.
Get out of here.
We're just missing little P.
Well, she's right here.
Well, she is right here.
She's trying to get out of here. Anyway.
Holy crap. It's like an animal farm in here.
Except without the, you know.
Not the political undertones.
Correct.
Or the...
That weren't...
I never watched. I never read that book.
You didn't have to read that
I didn't
in
have
school?
to read it, no.
I actually really liked it. I didn't really understand it. I just thought it was cool that the horses were talking. Because I was a child.
And the pigs were...
Yeah, the pigs were all the... Those were all the ones that...
Weren't they the bad people?
They were the bad ones.
The bad pigs?
Yes.
The pigs were the bad people?
I think there was only like one pig that was a good pig, and they ended up slaughtering him.
Wasn't he Old Major?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Old Major was a good one.
I knew that.
And then the new pigs came into power, and they fucked everything up.
Pigs. Fucking new pigs.
But it was like, it wasn't even like
get rid of the
subtle
pigs.
that, like, they were calling people in the government pigs. Like, it just wasn't even, I don't even know why I never made the connection for the longest time.
Sorry, I thought Pepper was doing something.
Who knows? She might be.
In the corner of my eye, I was like, what's going on over there?
Well, it's because you're a dog mom.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make sure everyone's okay. It's just my phone, guys. Don't worry, we're not getting abducted by aliens, but that would be pretty paranormal
My
of
ass
us.
almost fell out of my butt. Or my whatever.
Oh, well.
Oh, here we are.
Welcome. Hi. How are you doing?
I mean, it's
What
pretty
are we
good.
doing?
I mean, clearly, it's a pretty good time that I'm in the middle of my work day and doing this. So.
That's sweet. Happy Monday.
Whatever.
Hey, we're living the life.
It's true. The freelancer life.
The freelance fucking client-driven life.
It's true. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, I'm about to go grocery shopping for a party in a little while.
It's nice.
That we have on Wednesday.
Good.
And we are just... Yeah. We are cooking a bunch for the holidays.
Yeah, that's good.
For sure. Yeah. But
I mean, I missed that for a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while since we sat down and did a
couple
pod.
cocktails.
It's been like since before Halloween.
Yeah, but we're still like in the 2.5 week mark, which is
That's
pretty
true.
good for us lately.
It's true.
So,
oh yeah, because Halloween was like 2 weeks ago.
It wasn't that long.
It wasn't.
Ago.
Why does Halloween feel like it was like a month ago? Because of the time change?
Maybe. I feel like November always feels like a really short month, and I don't know why. I don't think it's any...
Because everyone rushes us till Christmas, which I love.
I don't mind Christmas.
But like, it's like, you guys, there is still Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
But is there?
I don't.
But is there Thanksgiving?
But for me, I don't really care about Thanksgiving.
You can make Thanksgiving your own.
Make Thanksgiving every single day if you want to weigh 400 pounds.
You should make Thanksgiving. You should be giving thanks every day.
Every day.
For your fucking mental health, y'all.
I give thanks for my alcohol.
Yeah. What are we... Look at these little cups that we get to use now because Shay's sister-in-law and sister bought them. Mm-hmm. And today... Should we just talk about our drink?
Oh, yes.
I feel like we're pretty... We're just flowing right in. Anyways, yes. Today we're drinking persimmon citrus. I'm sorry, we're gonna say persimmon yuzu, like fresh fucking yuzu, guys, in this motherfucking
she got
drink.
3 drops in there.
I got a cup. I got about a tablespoon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, out of 2 yuzus. If you've never seen a real yuzu, well, it said it was a yuzu lemon at the store.
If you haven't seen a yuzu, then you're probably like one of the normal people and you're not a stuck-up asshole that goes to Whole Foods.
That's fine.
You're fine.
I just go to Whole Foods because their shit's quality sometimes.
I mean, sometimes they are.
Sometimes I'm like, I hate you, Jeffrey Bezos.
Yes.
But
I know.
You give me a good Prime discount, which
That
I
is
also
true.
have and support you. Jeff Bezos. But hey,
you have to say it like his name, like Hail Mary, like 3
it's
times.
like
or
for
he
the
comes
business,
to the mirror,
okay?
and it's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's like a Beetlejuice kind
I knew
of
it.
scenario.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. He probably just has like a little drone over everybody's house now, like listening in.
He does.
Seeing who's going to make his enemy list.
He's like, oh, I know how to get you. These real cheap. I'm going to ship you your shit tomorrow. Prices.
It's true.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
1-day shipping soon here, too. That giant plant out there.
Anyways, I got a fucking yuzu at Whole Foods. Shoot me. Everyone, don't hate me.
It was like one, my friend, like, Crystal was talking. I don't know what the fuck we were talking about. And she was like, how you guys, your feet, we were talking about how like our fingers and our toes would bleed in the summer because we would be swimming so much. Oh. And she's like, "What? Like you guys would be swimming so much that it would bleed?" And she wasn't going here with this, but it sounded so pompous how we were saying it. Like, yeah, and because Rachel was like, "Oh yeah, it might have been the diving board might have been really rough on our feet." And I was like looking at Crystal, just like, I was like, "Yeah, like when our ponies were sick and we had to we just had to spend all of our time in our pool by ourselves, and so like we didn't know what to do, so our feet would bleed because we just didn't know what to do." So.
Oh my god!
We sounded like a bunch of like just spoiled little brats. But.
Yeah, you little brat. Yeah, I guess I know what you mean. Like you'd like it if you were like running along the pool.
And that's what would happen. It was, and I'm sure because the chlorine was completely so bad for your skin.
Oh, so bad. First, we're just like swimming in bleach.
100%. We're like,
with
this
like
is fine.
100 other children.
It's fine.
If you're at a public pool.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, we didn't do that. That's gross.
Yeah, we had our own.
We had our own.
Nice.
We accepted like a bouncer's fee. Anyway, we can keep going. This is ridiculous. I'm so sorry.
So our drink has yuzu, grapefruit, lemon.
Yes.
And a wonderful, beautiful persimmon simple syrup that...
Courtesy of Crystal.
Yes, courtesy of Crystal, our in-house bartender.
She's amazing.
Sister-in-law. Mm-hmm. She's my sister-in-law, too.
Oh, at this point, yes. 100%.
Pretty much. I'm part of the fam.
Yes.
I'm part of the...
The fam bam.
I'm part of the Taylor's fam.
Oh, don't you let them hear you say that. They would say Lopez.
Oh, I mean, I'm part of the Lopez's. Mm-hmm. I'm a Lopez.
Yeah, no, Rachel always tells me, she's like, yeah, you're dead to me now. So I'm like, thank you. Appreciate that.
Wait, why does she have a different last name?
Because her last name is Taylor. It's not as fun as Lopez.
No.
And it was important to Crystal. It wasn't as important to Rachel.
Duh. Got it.
No, they just pick it. When you're gay, you just get to pick your own last name.
I don't know what I'm thinking.
What, baby?
Oh, hi, Pepper. This is fun. Okay, well, what are we talking about today?
Well,
should we just get into this? We got some shit to do.
We do.
It's the middle of the goddamn day.
I know. We still have lists of things. What are we doing?
Look at this dog.
I know. I don't know why she's being so clingy.
I love it. I'm obsessed.
Let's see. I voted. I think I voted. I did vote.
That's good.
I rolled.
Did your duties.
I rolled crime. Oh, you know why? Because she's H word. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Yeah, we'll feed you.
You think I'm gonna feed you? I don't have any food.
I know. So, I did a free roll. So of course I rolled crime. This is adorable. Just give me a minute.
She rolled crime.
I rolled free roll, but I'm gonna do a crime. I know everyone is very shocked about this, but there's a reason why I decided to do this story. It's a good one. And what did you roll?
I rolled food.
Okay.
And I went on a deep
dive. A deep dive.
Well, I just couldn't not. It's not even that deep of a dive. It's just a lot of
information.
It's just a lot of shallow swims.
A lot of shallow swims. So your feet won't get that kind of bleeding.
Yeah, we're just wading in the pool.
Okay.
In the swimming pool. We're not making our toes bleed, Shay. We're just wading. Okay?
We're just wading in the water.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then let's just get into it then.
Well, all right. We'll see you guys.
And I have to now feed the dogs, so.
Oh, yeah. We got to go do that. So we'll see you on the episode in a second or on Instagram Live. We'll see you later. Bye. Okay, I'm ready. All right, are we here?
We're here.
Are we ready?
We're ready, Freddie.
Around? I can't even reach my drink now. What am I doing? Okay.
Isn't there like a little box? Just move your purse. There you go.
I'm so stupid.
No, don't say that about yourself. Don't say that about my friend.
I am so smart.
Don't say that about my friend.
I am brave. I am strong.
Here you go. That's what I want to hear.
I am magnificent. Okay.
That's what I want to hear.
All right. So today, okay, first of all, we forgot to talk about something crazy that happened in the pop culture and world.
Yeah.
Little Mr. Aaron Carter.
Sweet baby.
Dude. And now I've seen like some of his like interviews circulating and it's real sad. But he was
like
he's
just
a troubled boy.
In general, like about
just
like,
he was sober, I guess, for the last like 4 years or something.
But like he needed help.
He needed help, yeah.
Oh,
just
what are you
he
eating?
didn't look.
Stop it.
He was
sorry.
Like Nick looks a lot healthier than his bro did.
Right. Did you see the concert when they were?
No.
The Backstreet Boys concert was they dedicated a song to him and
they fucking better.
And
Nick should have not even been there.
And Nick was crying on stage and it was super sad. Yeah. Well, they were in the middle of tour, I'm sure, and
I'm sure you have your fucking crazy ass. They'll like kill you if you like break your contract.
Probably. He's like, I can't leave.
World. Mm-hmm. They'll fucking
murder you.
Yeah, literally.
Well, that
but then,
sucks.
know what's fucked up?
What?
So I'm probably gonna get flagged for this.
Are you?
I don't know.
Let's find out.
You don't have to put it in.
Yeah.
Apparently, I mean, I'm sure this happens to multiple like music artists, like more than just rappers, but like they'll like the owners of like the record labels will take out life insurance policies on the rappers.
What?
So when they die, they get paid.
What?
Or some crazy that is real shit.
You know,
that's real life.
That actually doesn't shock me.
They don't talk about it, but
that wouldn't shock me at all. Because like if you look at the history, like they're like, well, why not? Like, might as well make a buck on them even after they're dead. Because people, it's just.
Anyways, I just thought it was like
that's really fucked up.
Kind of crimey.
It's very crimey. It's like one of those things. Like it's like it's not illegal, but it is frowned upon.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Then it should be illegal if it's frowned upon.
God, shit is
fucked
weird.
up.
Anyways, that's not what we're talking about at all. But we just wanted to rest in peace.
Gotta give him some love.
Carter. Yeah, gotta give him some love.
Hopefully he's not wrestling with them. You know what I also saw really quick, not to get too off on a tangent, but I guess, and Crystal was talking to me about this. It's like she was watching one of his interviews about like, I guess his mom's like, I guess one of the cops surrounding Michael Jackson essentially.
Oh yeah, I saw. Yeah.
And then he was really mad at her and said like, why the fuck would you do that? Like he was nothing but nice to me and everything else.
And yeah, like saying like you're trying to make money off of like and making me say some bad shit about Michael. And
correct, because I think Michael Jackson was a sick fuck. Yeah, probably. Do I think that he molested children? Probably. Do I think he molested as many as people claim? No, not even a little bit. I think Michael Jackson was smarter than everyone kind of made him out to be too. Like, he's not going to be a fucking idiot and indulge himself on people that are already... I mean, I know that sounds really shitty, but if he's going to like go after somebody, he's going to do it after like with a poor family that doesn't already have an establishment in the whatever. So I actually believe that Macaulay Culkin was not molested. I don't think Aaron Carter was either, because I think he was just smarter than that. He's like, why the fuck would I do that?
I'm gonna get these other little boys.
Right. Like, unfortunately, and I'm not condoning him at all, not excusing his awful behavior, but I just don't, I think a lot of people did monopolize on that.
Oh, for sure.
But it's human nature.
Yeah.
Why?
Tell him, Shay, that it's human nature.
All right.
Yeah, shit's weird.
Sorry.
Hollywood is a weird fucking place, dude.
Yeah, it's why number one, I could never survive. My fragile little ego is way too whatever, but it's just it's a dark, dirty world
it's dark and like,
even the ones that have succeeded, I'm sure have had to like cross paths with some of that darkness. I'm just not interested in being somebody that's way low on the totem pole.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Even,
sorry.
we don't have to put this in, maybe delete this part, but our friend, Mel Shaylee Scott,
Yeah.
singer.
Yeah.
She used to be in LA, and she's like, I was almost famous so many times, and like,
I actually believe that.
but like,
because she's
she's
amazing.
like, I'm glad I never was, but also she's like, she would see some of that fucking dark, creepy ass.
No,
like,
and I could never imagine her in a world. She's
very
too,
like
she's too sweet. She's too sweet for that, and she wouldn't be able to raise her cute little daughter in the way that she does, and gets to be free. Yeah, good for her.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, moving along.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs.
All right.
Don't. Do you know what he loved doing? Was huffing like
That's what I heard.
Computer dusters.
Sweet baby.
Oh my God! Can you he
needed?
Could
help.
you imagine? Oh God!
No.
Wow.
Pepper,
So sad.
sorry,
Is
she was
Pepper
all up
even
in
a
your
type?
fucking vagina today.
She loves.
Oh,
like,
don't
licking
lick
my
that.
computer.
I'm so sorry. God. What's
It's
wrong?
fine. It's just my touch screen. Okay, so guys, we're going to be talking about food now, all right? We're moving along into food. Oh no. There we go.
She licked it down.
And today we're going to be talking about the 2002 James Beard Awards and
I don't know what that is.
James Beard. Because I'm sure a lot of people don't even know what the fuck I just said.
No, I don't even know.
So I'm about to enlighten y'all who aren't in the food world but love food, which is, I feel like most people love to eat food, right? Mm-hmm. Especially when it tastes good.
I mean, I generally don't like to eat things that taste bad.
Exactly. So here we are. Welcome to my
But I also
segment.
like Taco Bell, so figure that out.
Crunchwrap Supremes are. I contemplated it today. But I
I
went to
wouldn't
the
have judged you.
local Mexican tortilleria instead. Oh, wait, no, I didn't.
No, you
I went
didn't.
to Whole Foods. Mm-hmm. Because the tortilleria the line was way too long and I didn't have time to wait. Because it is worth the wait. But I didn't have the time.
Good to know.
So anyways, hashtag Cuatros Americas. Okay.
Oh.
So the James Beard Foundation is a national non-for-profit organization that celebrates and supports incredible people and chefs behind America's food culture. People that push new standards in the restaurant industry. And James Beard's their kind of, shtick is to create a future where all have an opportunity to thrive and also just to showcase people doing the right things in the food industry and chefs that are making fucking bomb-ass food.
Okay.
That is delicious and also pushing the boundaries of restaurants and what it is to be a chef. Okay. That just came straight off the dome. It's kind of
off the cuff, if you will.
Yes. And so it's a whole foundation that they have they do all sorts of shit basically. And it's kind of like Michelin in a way, but it's not exclusive to only regions. It's all over America. They just find really good chefs, really good restaurants, and showcase them. And every year they have an awards, and that's what I'm going to be mainly. We're going to be talking about James Beard himself. We're going to be talking about the James Beard Foundation, and who won some awards this year and their food. Okay,
I'm into that.
Hashtag food.
Hashtag food. Hashtag get it.
So,
Pepper, go on.
So who is James Beard?
Sorry.
Are you
no,
excited?
ma'am. Go.
I love it. So he was deemed Dean of American Cookery by New York Times in 1954. Okay.
Okay.
Also, just a side note, I don't know if I didn't even mention this. We're going back to James Beard Foundation. It was established about 30-ish years ago.
Oh,
That's an important fact to know.
Okay.
And they amplify new voices, celebrate those leading the way, and supporting those on the path that are creating more equitable and sustainable future for the food industry. Okay. And they host awards, industry and community focused initiatives, programs, advocacy, partnerships, and events all across the country.
I love
Okay.
that.
So now we're going to talk about
you.
who the fuck James Beard is, okay? So 1954, Dean of American Cookery. He also laid the groundwork for the food revolution that has put America at the forefront of global gastronomy. It's not just about the French people, okay?
Not to be confused with Gaston.
Yeah, no. Very different. And he was a pioneer foodie. He was host of the first food program on television in 1946. Isn't that
Really?
crazy? Yep.
That's an old-fashioned sentence.
I know. And he was the first to suspect that classic American culinary traditions
You sound like me.
will cohere into its own national cuisine. And he was also an early champion of using local products, markets, in a time when shit was getting wild. When they were like, yeah, let's fucking
Buck wild?
ship shit in from fucking everywhere. Which is fine, but not always correct.
But it's not always fine.
Okay, so
That's hilarious. Thank you for that.
he was born in Portland, Oregon in 1903. He had a mother that was passionate about food. His dad worked at Portland's Custom House, and they spent summers at the beach of Gerhard, Oregon, fishing, gathering shellfish and wild berries, and cooking meals with whatever was caught.
Sounds
literally
amazing.
a goddamn dream.
Right? I
Literally.
see it like
Can you see it?
rolling hills.
Yes, just
Amazingness.
the flowers blowing in the breeze.
Yes.
While they pick wild berries on the hillside of Oregon, the sea coast.
And everyone has like
Hill.
little baskets and like, Papa, like it's a whole thing. Yeah.
Yes, that's how we talked. That was... Are you channeling him?
I am.
Oh my God. Okay, so he lived his dream life in the summers of Oregon. He grew up and he studied briefly at Reed College in Portland, Oregon, where this was in 1923. He was expelled. So Reed the school, Reed College said it was due to poor scholastic performance, but Beard maintained that it was due to his homosexuality.
Oh, okay.
And that's what he maintained. And he did have really...
Probably wasn't wrong.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
So Beard said, fuck him, and then, so he got expelled, and he went on the road with a theatrical troupe.
Well, as you do.
Yeah, what else would you do?
Oh, very Barnum and Bainham.
School.
Yeah.
I know. Very Barnum and Bainham.
Bailey, sorry, cut. I was like, that's not right.
That's close.
That's not close.
Jason Bateman?
Very Jason Bateman. He would still look the same, just sitting in a corner, eating his saltines, going like, huh,
Yeah.
this is nice.
So he lived abroad for several years, studying voice and theater, till he returned to the United States in 1927 for good. He kept trying to break into the theater movie industry, but it didn't really work out for him. It was very non-lucrative, so then he began his career and started his own catering business to make some ends meet.
Just getting that hustle going.
And then after he started that, he opened a small food shop called Hors d'oeuvre Inc. In 1937 at age 35, hashtag 30-ish.
See, living your best
guys?
life. It's never too late. It's never too late to live your dreams.
No, it's not. Our lives have only just begun. Chill out. Yeah, literally. So, yeah, and then in 1940, he wrote his first major cookbook, and it was the first cookbook devoted exclusively to cocktail food, and it was called Hors d'oeuvres and canapes.
Oh.
Is that how you say it? I forget. It's a French word. Canapes.
Canaries.
Canapes. Canapes.
Cantaloupes.
That's how we say it.
Penalopes.
I went to culinary school. Anyways, 1942, he followed up with a cookbook called Cook It Outdoors, which was his first serious work on outdoor cooking. But then he took a little break and spent some years in the war doing cryptography, which is crazy. Like encrypting like secret fucking like codes and shit that were being transferred during the war.
Nice.
Wild. Anyways,
wild.
But then he primarily served in the United Seamen's Service, setting up sailors' canteens in Puerto Rico, Rio de Janeiro, Marseille, and Panama.
Oh.
So he got his little food fix there, I guess. But then he returned to New York in 1945, hashtag 40-ish.
Yeah, it's okay.
And he became totally immersed in his culinary community from that point on.
I'm sure he did.
Again, like I said earlier, he appeared in his own segment on television's first cooking show on NBC in 1946. And then from there appeared in many other spots on TV and radio. He contributed articles to columns to Women's Day, Gourmet, and House and Garden, which was some big old publications back then. He served...
Damn.
Yeah, House and Garden.
That's actually pretty impressive.
I'm sure that's Home and Garden now? Or is it just a different thing? House and Garden?
It's not Home and Garden?
Is that the same?
House and Garden.
Better Homes and Gardens? Do you think that's the same?
Oh. I bet you it...
I bet it's Better Homes, so it was House, because now it's Better Homes.
Yeah, they got bought out by the besters of homes.
Sold out.
Yeah. That makes sense,
to
though.
Coca-Cola. Just kidding, that's not
or
a fact.
maybe that was their rival, because, like, they could still, like, kind of just be like, there was nobody to be like, you know, that's trademark infringement.
We're better!
They're like, fuck you, we're better anyway.
That's
and they just demolished them.
That's true, that's probably what happened.
But it was just so unpassive aggressive, like, well, you know what, we're Better Homes and Garden. Like, fuck on that.
But we still have gardens, so we have that going for us too. Okay, so yeah, he served as a consultant to many restaurateurs and food producers. He ran his own restaurant in Nantucket, and he basically became the focal point of the entire American food world, especially back then.
Okay.
And he's very well revered after his death. But anyways, before he died in 1955. No, he didn't die in 1955. But in 1955...
I was like, Jesus.
We're not talking about his death yet. That comes later. But Beard established his own Jame Beard cooking school. He continued to teach cooking for the next 30-ish years.
I'm sensing a theme.
Both at his own schools in New York City and Seaside, Oregon, and around the country at women's clubs, other cooking schools, and civic groups.
Good for him.
Civic groups.
Like your Civic.
Like my Honda Civic. Exactly. He traveled the world. He brought his message of good food, honestly prepared with fresh, wholesome American ingredients to a country just becoming aware of its own culinary heritage. He continued to write cookbooks, most of which are classics and are still in print. And when Jame Beard died at the age of 81, in January 21st, 1985, he left a legacy of culinary excellence and values to generations and countless home cooks and professional chefs.
Damn.
So, yeah, that's Jame Beardy. So,
you know, we might have lost a legend in 85, but we gained one.
We did.
Me.
It's true. Yes, that same year, we had to wait a whole 11 months.
It's true. It takes a lot of time to brew up something amazing. So stupid.
Exactly. It does. It takes a little bit.
Stupid.
Are you Jame Beard reincarnated? Is that
Dude,
what
I
you're
can
trying to tell
barely
me?
boil water without fucking it up. Probably not.
No, you're not.
It's fine.
You're close.
I'm close.
So let's talk about Jame Beard House and the Jame Beard Awards. So while he was alive, Jame Beard always welcomed students, authors, chefs, and other food and beverage professionals into his home.
Aww.
His kitchen was truly, literally like the heart of America's 20th century food scene.
Oh, really quick pause.
Look at how that wrote.
Did Pepper do that?
Oh, maybe that was it.
I doubt it. Unless she like hit the keyboard.
She couldn't have done
Are you
that.
gonna see that new movie? Is it Chef? No, it's not Chef. What is it called? I'm gonna look it
I
up.
don't know.
Keep going.
Okay.
It's got Ralph Fiennes in it, Voldemort, and it's essentially like about like how we're gonna like. I think
Robots are taking over?
No, I think it's like about like how they cook people and they fine dine. It's a whole fucking thing. I'll have to look it up. 1 minute. You keep talking. It's a whole thing.
How we're gonna start doing that?
No. Like it's a restaurant specific to that, and nobody knows until you get seated, and then everybody in the restaurants gets cooked and eaten by other guests. I can't explain it quite right, obviously.
I have not seen anything about this.
That's coming out, and it looks fucking amazing. But go on.
So yeah, he basically just had a bunch of badass people in his home to cook with him all the time and taught
great times.
and like authors and whoever else. Literally a fucking dream. So again, he died in 1985, and after he died, a group of his friends and colleagues, led by the school founder Peter Kump, they got a call from Julia Child saying that they needed to do something with Jame Beard's house because it was
Fair
like
enough.
a fucking place to be, and it was a special place for chefs to gather. So Kump organized a fundraising campaign to purchase the Greenwich Village townhouse from Reed College, which I guess even though they expelled him, they owned his house. He gave it to them, I guess.
That's
James,
fucking...
you didn't have to do that.
But turning the other cheek.
He was a fucking great man. So on November 5th, 1986, the Jame Beard Foundation officially opened the Jame Beard House to provide a center for the culinary arts and to continue to foster the interest Jame Beard inspired in all aspects of food, its preparation, presentation, and of course enjoyment, which was quoted from the press release that was issued that day.
Fuck yeah.
Back in 1985. So in 1990, start of our favorite decade, they established the Jame Beard Foundation Awards for excellence in the food and beverage and related industries. And the first awards were given out in 1991. Okay? I was 2 years old, getting ready to go.
You were already hearing about it and you're like,
it was ready.
Go. Yeah.
I was ready.
It's called I Was Ready after...
Yes.
Anyway, it's called The Menu. Sorry.
The Menu?
Yes. We can...
Oh my god. I'm going to need to watch this trailer.
Yeah, we'll watch it before you leave. Anyway,
okay.
Go on.
So, Jame Beard Awards preempted the era of the celebrity chef by shining a spotlight on the people behind the food we were learning to appreciate and enjoy. They weren't like, yeah, you're just going to be on this show and, you know, whatever. They were like, these are the real people doing the real shit in the restaurants. Okay. So support your local chefs, y'all. Seek them out. Seek out the good ones, okay? And fucking support them. Which you do. So thank you. We love you.
We do love you.
So let's talk about the 2022 awards this year.
Okay.
And I'm just going to talk about a couple of the outstanding winners and some of their restaurants and their food and just a little bit about them.
I'm into that.
So see if you recognize any of them. If you don't, if you live in this area, like seek this place out. I'm sure you already know about it. Or if you're ever visiting, like go to these restaurants because they're going to be fucking delicious.
Yeah, obviously.
Gonna get a good treat, okay? Gonna get a full belly. Okay, so the awards were held Monday, June 12th at the Lyric Opera in Chicago. So it's like it's like the Grammys of the chef world.
That's pretty cool.
Which is like, that's sweet.
How prestigious is that? I love that.
I know, like one day I'll be there.
Yeah, you will be.
With my home restaurant, cottage, private dinner restaurant.
On a boat. On a train. In a plane.
In your house. On
a be great.
Mouse. Okay. So, the winner of Outstanding Restaurateur goes to... Just kidding. Yeah, slap your dog. Chris Bianco. If you've never heard of him, he has a bunch of incredible pizza restaurants in Phoenix, Arizona, of all places.
Interesting.
So he owns Tratto, Pane Bianco, and Pizzeria Bianco. They're all in Phoenix. I think he has a restaurant in California, too. I thought. Anyways, but this dude is literally from New York City.
Okay.
And he started Pizzeria Bianco in 1988 in the back corner of a Phoenix grocery store.
He
you can literally do anything you want.
He started a little pop-up.
He was probably 30-ish, okay?
He started a little pop-up, and that's how it happens.
Yeah. And people will come to you.
They will.
They see your heart and soul into it, you know? It's true.
Dude, especially how genius is that to do it in a fucking grocery store? Everyone likes a snack when they shop. Fucking genius.
Delicious wood-fired pizza.
Right? When I'm shopping for all my snacks, I'll get less snacks. So really, it's a weight loss thing.
Exactly.
You could advertise it as that.
It's true. That's one way to put it.
Oh, shit. Penelope farted.
Oh, yikes, Penelope.
Jesus Christ. This is like some horse
stinky
farts.
lady. Also, if you guys know about the show Chef's Table, there's a new season, and it's all about pizza, and Chris Bianco is on one of the episodes.
Okay.
And it's awesome hearing him talk about pizza, and like make his dough and all the things that he does and all the ingredients he gets. But
Do you think ever get sick of pizza?
I mean, maybe.
You can move on. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe like I couldn't eat it every day, but like
I don't know.
So
if I could like not have to go to the gym, like I do now.
Yeah.
And then I would 100% do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I want to eat. I could eat pizza.
Oh, are you gonna? You kind of said it like I want to dance with somebody. Are you gonna see that movie?
Movie.
With Whitney?
Menu?
No, it's a new Whitney. It's a biopic.
No.
It's called I Want to Dance with Somebody. It's gonna come out on Christmas. It's Whitney Houston's biopic.
Oh my god.
It looks actually pretty
Who's
amazing.
it? Who's Whitney?
I don't know who the actress is. But it looks really good.
I do want to see the new Will Ferrell, Ryan Reynolds Christmas movie.
Oh, Spirited? That looks kind of Spirited.
Looks cute.
Yeah.
So next up we got the winner of Outstanding Chef, and her name is Mashama Bailey, and she is the chef of The Gray in Savannah, Georgia. And it's located in historic downtown Savannah. It occupies a 1938 Art Deco Greyhound bus terminal.
Cool.
It was like a
fucking cool.
And it was like an old segregated like
not so cool.
No, but and they've painstakingly restored it to its original luster.
Without the segregation.
Without that,
okay,
of
cool.
course, yes. Okay. No, but they, yeah. The food is described as familiar and elevated. Mashima brings her personal take on Port City Southern food to using regional produce, seafood, and meats.
Cool.
I'm
really
Southern ingredients
hungry.
with European influences. And a little bit more about Mashima. She was awarded a Jame Beard Award for Best Chef of the Southeast in 2019. And now, 2022, here she is winning Outstanding Chef, which is like of the whole country, which is awesome. She was born in the Bronx. She moved to Savannah, Georgia between the ages of 5 and 11 and then moved back to Queens. But I guess Savannah always had called her name. But yeah, she has a really awesome resume. She started as an intern at Aqua Grill in 2001. I'm pretty sure she went to CIA. I thought I wrote this, but I guess I didn't. She also worked famously as the sous chef under a woman named Gabrielle Hamilton, she has a famous restaurant called Prune. And also she has a famous cookbook called Prune that's a very famous fuchsia pink cookbook. It's like a pink fucking cookbook and it says Prune. If you've ever seen that, that's what this restaurant I'm talking about is.
Interesting.
And so she was a sous chef there for a while, and then this dude John Morisano, who's a startup entrepreneur, had heard about Mashima through the chef of Prune.
Jesus.
Oh my god, though. And, he was like, I bought this former Jim Crow segregated Greyhound station in Savannah, Georgia, and I want you to help me recreate it and be the chef. And so that's the rest is history. So I really like how their menu is separated. It's like dirt, water, pasture, and she has like a couple things with
I like
each
that
section. They also have incredible cocktails, but like dirt, for example, has like farmer salad with beets, winter squash, and barley.
Oh my God,
water
has
which is like fish, fish dishes. So she has a scallop dish with cauliflower, curry, and raisins. And then under pasture, she has a lamb heart with carrots, pomegranate, molasses, and tahini. Like, she's badass, bitch.
I mean, this is really making me rethink my lunch that was deli turkey slices with some 2 things of Kraft string cheese.
That's all right, too.
It just sounds so good.
Oh, my God, I know. Well, just wait. So the next restaurant is Chai Pani. It's in Asheville, North Carolina, and it won Outstanding Restaurant. It literally means tea and water, and it's slang in India for going out for a cup of tea, a tasty bite, a snack, or a little something.
A little something. Oh, are you peeing?
So the chef,
2 seconds.
Meherwan Irani, grew up in Ahmednagar.
Pause. She totally peed on my leg.
Oh, shit,
She might need to go potty. I'll change later.
Shay's dog peed on her leg. Heard that. Jesus. Did they?
Piddle on my leg.
Just a little piddle.
Just a little piddle. To be fair, I think I was squeezing her bladder. Anyway. Go on.
All right, so Chef Meherwan Irani grew up in Ahmednagar in the Midwestern state of Maharashtra in India. I'm not good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his wife opened Chai Pani in 2009, and they serve street food and home-cooked meals, which are the most underrepresented Indian foods in the Western culture. And they also specialize in unparalleled hospitality, modeled to Meherwan as a child by his parents' bed and breakfast that they ran. So he grew up in that world. And I just wanted to share what they said when they accepted their award for outstanding restaurant. Restaurants are so much greater than the sum of what's inside the four walls. A restaurant has the power to transform the people that work there, transform the people that come in, transform the communities we're in, transform society. Restaurants can transform the world.
They really
said
can.
by chef owner Meherwan Irani. So that is Chai Pani in Asheville, North Carolina. Okay.
Okay.
Chai Pani.
Me.
Okay?
Because
I
I'm a
probably
child.
said it wrong, okay? So write that down, okay?
Writing it down.
So next up we have the best emerging chef. And I've actually talked about this chef before on my Austin episode.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Edgar Rico of Nixta Taqueria in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And just a little reminder about him. Nixta Taqueria specializes in the literal old world way of making tortillas and using only heirloom corn and insane ingredients as well. And he worked at restaurants like Kraft with Tom Colicchio, Twamek with Chef Ludo. He worked at Squirrel in LA. He hails from the Central Valley of California and graduated from the CIA in New York, aka the Culinary Institute of America, not the Secret Service shit. Very different.
Okay.
And he also worked at Pujol in
Pujol.
Is that how you say it?
I'm an asshole. Okay, so
It's Pujol, Pujol, and it's in Mexico. And it's the mecca of Mexican fine dining cuisine, basically.
Okay, fair enough.
He worked there. And he also learned a lot of shit from two little abuelitas in Oaxaca. And he still draws inspiration from everything that he's ever learned. And Nixta Taqueria is basically a culmination of all of his travels and his experience and his knowledge. And he just creates really imaginative dishes and incredible tacos and at Nixta Taqueria. Okay. And his favorite phrases are "no mames" and "you down, foo?" This was on the internet.
That's
I thought
adorable.
It was funny.
I like that.
Some of the stuff on his menu include chips and dip with heirloom chips, salsa morita, duck fat refried beans.
Okay.
Sikil pak, which is a pumpkin seed dish, black sesame masa crackers, and seasonal veggies. And I think one of his most famous dishes there is this beet tartare tostada with roasted beets, salsa macha, which is like a peanut, like red chili salsa, avocado crema, horseradish, and lime. Okay,
holy shit!
Nixta Taqueria, Austin, whoop whoop.
That's fucking insane.
My friend Dan, who works for Siete Foods, got to do some collaborations with him actually, and Siete Foods actually has a new, they're heirloom corn tortilla chips, and that's who they collaborated with Edgar.
Oh,
Rico,
okay.
And my friend got to do that with him.
That's pretty fucking tight.
Yeah. So, anyways, shout out to Danny. Damn it. Siete Foods. Anyways, so next up, best new restaurant was one. This is the most excited one I'm about to talk to you about. Sorry, I'm talking for forever.
No, you're fine.
I'm almost done. Is called Owami in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
St. Paul.
Oh God, the devil towns. Just kidding. Not with what this guy's doing at his restaurant. Okay, so Owami is modern indigenous full service establishment by a man named Sean Sherman, and he's also known as the Sous Chef, which not like SOUS as like in classic French brigade system chef system, but Sioux as in like the Sioux tribe, SIOUX, and he's known as the Sous Chef, and he's created a whole brand of himself and his stuff as the Sous Chef. And now he has this restaurant, Owami, in Minneapolis. They're committed to revitalizing Native American cuisine, and in the process, we are re-identifying Northern American cuisine and reclaiming an important culinary culture long buried and often inaccessible. Which is like, we don't even eat the indigenous foods of our fucking...
Which is ridiculous.
State, let alone country.
Right.
Which obviously there's different regions that different things grow and stuff, but especially in the Minneapolis region, like there was a lot of tribes there that got displaced.
Really? That's really shocking. Is it the only
isn't
that
it
happened?
Wild? Yeah, it is. Anyways, so also what I thought was really cool is you can literally read, like, the website's in either English or Dakota.
Oh, that's pretty fucking
Isn't
tight.
that badass?
That's really badass.
I like get full body chills. So anyways, this is another thing from their website. We prioritize purchasing from indigenous food producers locally and nationally. We have removed colonial ingredients such as wheat, flour, cane sugar, and dairy. We are proud to present a decolonized dining experience. So these decolonized ingredients are it's to experience true flavors of North America, featuring foods of Minnesota, which they spelled on the website MNI space SOTA, which I'm assuming. Oh, it's Minnesota Makose, which is like what Minnesota was. Right. I'm sure, you know. And it was also called Land Where the Waters Reflect the Clouds. I guess that's what that means.
Oh, that's
Isn't that beautiful?
That's so pretty.
Did that make any sense? You guys should just go look at the website. It's amazing. Owami. And then they also... Owami is also on sacred land, located at Owami Yomni, the sacred site of peace and well-being for the Dakota and Anishinaabe people.
Good on you. Good pronunciation.
And then their menu is like separated in different sections, like, and then it has the, like, I'm assuming Dakota name, so like Wamak. I can't say any of these words, but like Wamakashkan. And then it says game. Yeah. So there's like Red Cliff Lake trout with white bean spread, tapari bean, wajapi, which is like a sauce made of like different local berries. They have a game tartare with duck egg aioli, pickled carrot, sumac, and aronia, which is a black chokeberry. And then they have another their next section is watho, which is plants. Stuff here is like hand harvested wild rice with currants and root vegetables, or blue corn mush, Ute blue corn, maple, hazelnut, and berries. And then they also have nixtamalized corn tacos, which is like how traditionally tortillas were made.
Really?
Yeah. And which is like what that guy from Nixta Taqueria is doing too.
Fucking great.
They have a taco with cedar braised bison. They have a grilled forest mushroom taco. And then they also have Wathathoka Choginyapi, which are corn sandwiches, and they have like an elk one, and they have and they have dessert like maple chaga cake and wild rice sorbet.
Sounds really cool. Amazing.
And then the last person I'll talk about is outstanding pastry chef Warda Bugieta, Warda of Warda Patisserie in Midtown Detroit. and they just use local ingredients and global flavor. Here's a food and wine write-up of her pastries. Puffy mascarpone clouds float atop delicate, glossy lemon tarts. Spheres of choux pastry are stuffed with macrut and strawberry cream. A slice of Russian honey cake proudly displays its layers of the way zebra shows its stripes. Where painstakingly laminated morning buns dusted in sugar and cinnamon. Havla and chocolate lace cookies and stacks of torta. An Algerian specialty that features a tender puff pastry-like crust wrapped around a savory filling that rotates seasonally. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so she just gets a lot of influences from, she like celebrates her Michigan farmers, and then she's traveled all over France and Asia. And so that's where she like gets her inspirations.
Okay.
And then, yeah, you can get the full list on Jame Beard website. They also have all they like list best chefs in like every region too. And just so you know, in our region, Colorado, if you're in the mountain region, the best chef winner was Caroline Glover of Annette in Aurora, Colorado.
You did great. You landed.
You
really stuck
That
the
was too
landing
long.
on that. Dude, no, it's not. It's only 40 minutes. You've gone one like that was like 58 minutes one time.
Yeah,
That was pretty on point.
Okay,
I try to keep my comments to a dull roar.
I still had more, but I'm just gonna shut my mouth.
Well, it was delicious.
I don't want to but I did have to undercut people, but there's so much.
There is, but that was interesting with the first part of that history, though. That was
Jame
pretty
Beard,
fucking tight.
I know.
Good for him.
Now you guys know if you ever hear like, oh, they're Jame Beard nominated. Well, now you know that's a big fucking deal. Okay.
Good for him. He paved the way.
He did.
I'm into that. Good for him.
He was a nice man.
He was. Just because he liked it up the butt doesn't mean that he didn't have a lot of good ideas.
That's true. He fucking shaped the way.
It's true.
Shoved it. I don't know. Never mind.
Don't have to.
I am not here.
Yes, you are.
I am here.
You're here.
Now.
It's
all right.
fine.
Well, I guess it's your turn, lady.
Gotta press it.
So I'll see you guys in a second.
I'm gonna go change my pee-pee pants.
Okay, bye. That's how we keep it moist.
Oh, God. Oh, she almost tripped on it and fell over. But thank God she didn't. She's a very clumsy dog. She's my child. She is my daughter.
All right.
Okay.
We'll eat the
fucking ASMR.
fruit candies before the chocolate candies.
The which one?
The fruit, or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, you're eating the taffy.
The taffy, and I also grabbed some Starburst.
The taffy. Oh, Starburst is good too. Although I think I'm a fucking psychopath. And I pulled all of the ones that were watermelons out and I put them back in. So those are watermelons. If you like, I fucking hate watermelons.
Oh, I love watermelon.
Yeah, I like to eat watermelon. I just don't like anything artificially flavored. It's like artificially flavored banana. Fuck that noise.
I don't like that, but I'll eat an artificially flavored watermelon.
Ugh. Tastes nasty. Foul. Foul.
Well,
I hope I updated this. You gotta love the cloud sometimes.
Oh yeah.
That was my last podcast. And stop being a pig. Stop being a little piggy. Ooh, this better have saved. I'm gonna be really sad.
She is a little piggy pig.
Chew.
I should probably go to the dentist before we eat so much candy.
I kind of have noticed my teeth have been hurting more, so I don't know what that means, but...
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. Whew. Scared the shit out of me. Yeah, I got it. Thank God. Okay. Here we go.
All right. I'm ready. Crime me up.
As we crime it up. And I'll tell you why I did this one when the fact pops up, when the moment arises.
Okay.
When I was actually watching this documentary, it was I think a episode was Snapped or something on it, and then I was like, when it came up, I was like, I'm doing that. Fucking
doing it.
Okay, this is the story of Kristen Gilbert. You ever heard of her?
No.
Your mom might like this one. because it's about a nurse that kills people.
Oh, my mom would love it. Mom!
If you're listening to this, you're going to love this one. It's everything that you wouldn't do. Because you just are, you're better. You're better.
Of Bonnie.
The opposite of Bonnie. Kristen's, man. Okay.
They can be crazy, those Kristens.
Kristen with a K. I don't know. I guess the only other Kristen I ever met with that spelled them with a C was down in Texas for some weird reason. I don't know why. Because they spell it
CHRIS?
Yeah.
T?
Yeah.
IN?
Yeah. But whatever.
Christ.
Yeah, exactly. So it was I felt like a very religious thing, so I was like, whatever.
She is of Christ.
She is of Christ. She usually has emo makeup on. It's great.
Makes sense.
Okay, so Kristen was born Kristen Heather Strickland in Fall River, Massachusetts on November 13th of 1967. As she entered her teenage years, friends and family noticed that she had a habit of lying, as most teenagers do.
I mean, don't we all?
I mean, yes. I didn't do this
killers.
Next part. I mean, she had a history of faking suicide attempts to manipulate people, and according to court records, she had made violent threats against others since she was a teenager. So she was She needed a little bit. She needed a little bit more hugs, and not drugs.
She needed a lobotomy.
Yeah, a little bit, maybe a little bit. So she graduated from a regional high school in Gorton, Massachusetts in 1986. She enrolled in Bridgewater State College in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. While in college, she suffered That simple syrup's really getting to me. Psychiatric episodes. It'll get me every time. She suffered from psychiatric episodes in which she made violent threats against herself and others. So very mean.
Self-inflicting.
Very self-inflicting. She once even left a ex-boyfriend a note in which she claimed to have eaten glass and lied about a suicide attempt. Fucking psycho. Well, after that,
that is a level,
right? It's something. Well, after that, she was ordered into psychiatric treatment by Bridgewater State College officials, clearly, and because of this, in 1987, she was transferred to Mount Wessasset Community College in Gardner, Massachusetts, and then to Greenfield Community College in Greenfield, Massachusetts. So she finally graduated from the latter and with a nursing diploma, which I don't really fucking understand if she kept getting right. This
You're
bitch
fine to be a
keeps
nurse.
Eating glass, and why don't we have her be in
She'll
charge?
make a great nurse.
She'll make a great nurse because she knows what it's like to be empathetic in pain. It's great. But anyway, she graduated and was a registered nurse in 1988. They must have been really desperate for bodies at that point. You know what? Has she killed anybody yet? Just send her on through.
Is she breathing? Okay.
Yeah. Later that year, she married Glenn Gilbert and began working at Northampton's Veteran Affairs Medical Center. Her work at the VA hospital was rewarding, challenging, exciting. Her coworkers liked her, and she reportedly organized a yearly gift exchange for disadvantaged families.
Wow.
So she just looks like she's turning over a new leaf. Maybe
something.
So she settles into suburban life and has a couple kids, and to complete the picture. I almost wanted to say from in the Titanic movie where he's just so she gets married and she punches out a couple of kids, and
that's in the Titanic.
Yeah, when they're talking about Rose and how the bigger guy is talking to Bill Pullman's character and saying essentially she's fucking lying to you, getting a bunch of dirt on Rose to be are you sure that she knows what the fuck that she's doing? This is who she is. It's giving her whole sister, her whole history. She's and then she gets whatever, and she punches out a couple of kids. It's so funny.
Punches out, please.
You're gonna watch that next, and you're gonna hear that. You're okay, here it is.
I see. I never caught that.
I don't know. That's fine. She kept tripping over it, so now everyone else is tripping over it. Okay. So yes. So a few years pass. And homegirl is just chugging along, staying right with the Lord, and
on the straight and narrow.
On the straight and narrow. But after being assigned to the night shift, that's where it all happens.
On the night shift,
she began an extramarital affair with a hospital security guard
named James. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, it always happens.
Ooh,
and his name was James, an Army veteran of the Persian Gulf War. Maybe she was thanking him for his service. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
On top of
With
that,
her own service.
with her own service, some little goods.
With her mouth service. With her loins.
With her loins. On top of that scandal, her coworkers also were starting to notice a high number of deaths when Kristen worked, but failed. I know, just a coincidence.
Huh?
Failed to.
That's weird.
But they failed to conclude that there was anything improper. Like, so they couldn't. They didn't. They're like, oh, this is kind of funny. Like, Bill came in with like the flu, and now he's gone. Now, like, they don't. They didn't connect the dots really, because she was amazing, and like, why would they even? Whatever. They just thought it was a coincidence. Like, oh man,
She has that program for the needy children.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong. That she's definitely not. Like, just like how the guy,
Just like
John Wayne Gacy, and like
exactly
fucking.
gonna say that.
Yeah, seriously.
But I always want to say William H. Macy, but that's the actor, and then
He's probably like, I resent that.
Yeah, he hates
but I
it.
could play him very well.
Yeah, he should just play him.
He should.
And then I'll be
just
really
embrace the
confused.
Macy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she was. They just didn't think that anything was going on, and then instead they made a joke about it, and they would call her the Angel of Death. That's what her name was.
Oh, you guys are so funny.
You rascals! You
Oh,
rascals!
wow.
Such rascals!
It's just a sick coincidence.
It's just a sick coincidence. You bet your what's the matter with you?
Hi,
You're fine.
come here.
They jumped. Yes. So it was.
Don't pee on me, dog.
She already peed outside, so she should be okay. It was later estimated that when she was on duty during half of her ward's 350. Okay, yeah. It was later estimated that she was on duty during half of her ward's 350 deaths in a 7-year span. The odds of that being an accident are 1 in a million. So,
Yeah, that's
there
a
you
little
go.
weird.
So, in the midst of all these deaths happening, her husband Glenn found out about her affair and was like, I'm out. And honestly, Glenn was gonna probably leave her anyway because he thought she was poisoning him. He was frequently like falling ill, and so bad in fact, like one time he was taken to an emergency room by his wife, but like though to no avail, he fell ill again just a week later. She allegedly tried to poison her husband while he was receiving care at Cooley Dickinson, a local civilian hospital. She said she wanted to take a blood sample of her husband herself and have it tested later at the hospital where she worked. And a syringe was filled with a clear liquid, like she was like in the room with him, and this is like from his statement, said like a syringe was filled with a clear liquid, and Kristen told her husband it was just saline solution. But as soon as she inserted the needle, Glenn reported that his arm grew cold, and when he tried to pull away from his wife, she pinned him against the wall with her hip. He obviously...
Those hips don't lie.
I do not lie. I mean, she's a fucking nurse, which I'm sure she has to, like, fucking manhandle,
Yeah.
like, somebody that's twice her weight. So he obviously became on edge about her, but it didn't really matter because she promptly left him and her 2 sons shortly after the incident for James anyway. So she was like, deuces.
You're suspecting too much.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
And I can't, like, wield you down my hips no more, so whatever.
No.
So...
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a wild ride. So...
I think she's poisoning me, so I
don't feel good when she
gonna
makes me
together.
porridge. Yeah. My tummy hurts. The unusually high death rates during her shift continued. The whispers about Kristen continued, but many chose not to believe she would be involved in something as sinister as killing patients. Others were not so trusting and began to monitor drugs that would cause cardiac arrest. One such drug, which I'm going to probably mispronounce, is epinephrine, which I might be close, but not quite on there, kept coming up missing. Unofficially, Ward C was under the close eye of a handful of the nurses assigned to it, and under Gilbert's care, 4 patients were dead. They were Henry Hudson, Kenneth Cutting, Edward Skiwera, and Stanley Jagodowski, and 3 others had succumbed to mysteriously to near fatal heart failure. So this was just like kind of recently. Added to that was the inexplicable shortage of epinephrine. Although many of the patients who died were elderly and in serious condition, There were also patients who, although sick, had no history of heart problems, yet were dying of cardiac arrests. Weird. She was
normal.
So normal. She was even accused of killing one patient so that she could leave early for a date. It was like in court documents.
Oh my god.
Apparently,
she's nuts.
just like, I've got to go.
Can you just die?
Can you just die? Like, you know what? I don't really want to give you a bath today. I'm just gonna kill you.
I mean, it's kind of like when I throw away dishes so I don't have to do them.
I would think,
I'm just kidding.
I'm
true. Joking.
Totally
I
the same.
don't do that.
I guess that's not true. Because I guess I was like, but wouldn't a death make your job longer? But I guess with the nurse, once your patient expires, like there's nothing else you do. You just clean them up.
Pass it along.
You just like clean them up and do like the death kit, and then. But
then she'd have to clean them up extra.
That's what I'm just so confused. Or maybe she was like the higher nurse, and so like she had other like CNAs or nurses to do that. I don't know.
Oh, this one died again.
Bonnie,
Gotta
help
clean
me out.
it up.
Tell me what the process is.
Yeah, Mom. Has that ever happened to you?
She's like, I'm not telling you.
We don't disclose that information.
Don't disclose it.
My mom is a very secretive lady.
Is she?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She takes her job seriously.
She does. It's like the CIA with her.
I respect that. Okay. So then, after she killed somebody to go get her
So she could get her
tail wagged or something. Wagged. Pet? I don't know. Apparently, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter. Apparently, whenever a code would happen, James would also be present, which I'm not sure why a security guard would be called, but anyway. But apparently, like, the security guards were called in that hospital when, like, a code would happen, and I don't really know why. I couldn't find that information because I was like,
to
why
make
the
sure
fuck would
it's
he?
legit.
Maybe just like not just like a like if somebody was like dying. I don't know. It just seems weird to me. Maybe if like they felt like a family member was there and they had to keep a family member sedated. I don't know. Anyway, so and when he was present, she would apparently be flirting with him while administering CPR, telling him how muscular he was. And apparently she would get on top of the patients when giving CPR to show off her garters. This is all allegedly, but like...
What a lady.
Yeah, right? It was so bad in 1996, 3 nurses came forward to report their fear that Kristen was a killer, and then those concerns actually inspired the investigation. In the wake of the investigation, Gilbert quit her nursing job and collected workers' comp due to an alleged shoulder injury. Her relationship with James by then was like on its last legs, and in July 1996, she was institutionalized after a suicide attempt. Crazy. She actually was institutionalized 7 times in the fall of 1996. So I think she was trying
Let's
to
just keep letting her be a nurse.
Yeah. As the case intensified, I mean, at that point, I think because she had stepped back, so I don't know if she lost her license yet, but she was just. Again, the investigation was going on. So as the case against her intensified, Gilbert called in a bomb threat against the Veterans Affairs Medical Center and attempted to take the attention off herself. And do you want to guess, and this is what inspired me to do this one, because I was like, shut the fuck up, that's amazing. Do you want to guess what she used, like, her voice to, like, disguise her voice? And I'll give you a head.
Is it a yak back?
I'll give you a hint. Credit card? You got it.
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know.
Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, It
was a talk boy.
Oh.
It was a talk boy. It was Snapchat, or it's not Snapchat. It was Snapped, and I was like watching like, and the guys said she used a talk boy to disguise her voice.
Oh my god.
Yeah. However, as the threat was traced back to Gilbert, it only
That's the second
charges.
Home Alone, right?
That's the second one.
Yeah.
Because, he does the whole thing.
I didn't see that one as much, so don't judge me for not knowing the
Really?
quotes.
That one is...
That's like Chris's
good.
favorite.
It's pretty good. I mean, Home Alone is great.
Yeah.
But that one's pretty good.
A good one.
Anyway, so yes, but they figured it out because they, like, traced her call back. So, in 1998, she was ultimately charged and convicted by making the false bomb threat against a federal institution and was sentenced to 15 months in federal prison, which was perfect timing because like then they could really do their full investigation. They knew that she wasn't going anywhere,
Yeah.
and they can just mount charges against her. So while she was incarcerated, prosecutors continued building their case against her, in addition to the testimony of her colleagues and the missing epinephrine, or however you say it. Authorities noted the death rate at the veteran.
Don't people like take that at fucking parties now?
Probably. I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean,
God. And so in addition to the testimony of her colleagues and the missing drug, they also noted the death rate at the hospital that she worked at declined substantially following her resignation. Weird.
wow.
The bodies of several patients who died under her watch were exhumed, and the epinephrine was found in her in their tissue, though it had never been prescribed. So she was actively killing them.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So VA hospital staff members speculated that Gilbert may have been responsible for 80 or more deaths and more than 300 medical emergencies. Right? Isn't that fucking wild?
Weird.
The prosecutor in her case, Assistant U.S. Attorney William M. Welch II asserted that Gilbert used these emergency situations to gain the attention of her then boyfriend James. Hospital rules require that hospital police be present at any medical emergency. Again, I don't really understand why, but I guess it was just their procedure. James testified against her, saying that she confessed at least to one murder to him by phone while she was hospitalized in that psychiatric ward, because she's a fucking idiot. And defense attorney, good lord, David P. Hoos, David P. Hoos, claimed reasonable doubt based on the lack of direct evidence. Except if there was shit in their fucking vein. But I guess if it's not like anybody could have administered that, I'm sure is what he probably went with. True, so a lot of things were disclosed during her trial, including
quite a coincidence.
Yeah. So here's some things that some stuff that was disclosed. So besides making violent threats to people since her teenage years, Kristen used a large kitchen knife in February of 1988 in Greenfield, Massachusetts during an assault. Let's see. She tried to murder someone twice in November 1995 with poison. Ooh. She tried to poison a patient on July 28th of 1996 at VA hospital.
So, when she tried to poison them.
Yeah, these were just things that were noted. It was like she
didn't do enough of a dose, or she just
this was just some of the things that were just disclosed during the trial, facts against her. Apparently, another incident, she removed a patient's breathing tube on January 30th of 1984.
What a freak, dude!
At the hospital to create a medical emergency. She left a patient who was undergoing cardiac arrest in 1995. It was said it is said that she waited for her coworkers to discover something was wrong with the patient before acting concerned. Let's see. She refused to use a cardiac those little paddles on a patient during a medical emergency, and tried to force an untrained coworker to use the machine in 1995 as well.
She's just a real star employee.
She just grade A, but she helps. Just what was it?
But she helps. Organization.
She has the organization that helps underprivileged people. So it's fine. She verbally and physically threatened one person's life in 1996. She willingly scalded a mentally disabled child with hot bathwater while working as a home health aide about 8 years before committing her crimes at VAMC. So yeah, there were signs. In 2001, she was found guilty of just 3 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of second-degree...
Just 3?
Just 3. That's all they could prove. 1 count of second-degree murder and 2 counts of attempted murder. Because these crimes were committed on federal territory, the government could have given her the death penalty. However, she was sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole plus 20 years, and is serving her time in a federal prison in Texas. So I'm sure they're treating her quite well. So, in the end, it was suspected that, like the prosecutor argued, Kristen just wanted to impress her boyfriend, began to manufacture scenarios where she saved lives. Others, however, thought that Kristen was just like the attention that came with saving a life. So, it's because she never spoke, she never testified or anything like that. So her true motives remained unknown.
So she wasn't like
I don't know why I'm adding D's
Jeffrey
to things.
Dahmer, who's like, I'll fucking literally say everything that was on my mind.
Yeah, 100%.
This whole time.
Yeah, that guy ate his fucking mouth too. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, he didn't give a shit. He just said it like it was, which I will give Jeffrey Dahmer that. At least he fucking admitted it and like at least gave those people
very
closures.
Honest.
Yeah, he was honest about it. He was like, "What am I gonna do? Like, I might as well just tell you
before I get fucked up in jail and die."
In the most ironic way possible.
I know.
I loved it.
Wasn't it like the same?
It was the same way he killed his first victim, which sounded like a rough way to go. Well, I don't care who the fuck you are.
Karma's a bitch.
It is a bitch. And
I feel like we talked about this last episode.
I think we did. Yeah. But it's all
true.
Good. It's all good.
But I had a concussion, so.
That's right. Are you alive?
I didn't have a concussion, but.
And there they are.
I'm just all over the place.
Yeah.
Brain-wise.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, 2 seconds. I'm going to close the door.
Okay. All right. Well.
Look at us. We did it.
We
did it.
That was a nice little crime.
It was a good crime, right? It was fast and furious.
It was, because mine was long and strong.
Oh, I like that. That was nice. Yours wasn't that long.
It was for me. I'm really trying to keep it in that half hour.
You did. It was like 40 minutes. And actually, like, you take 5 minutes off of that because I had to go change my pee-pee pants.
Oh, yeah, your pee-pee pants.
Yeah. So, honestly, you were fine. Don't be self-conscious.
I know. Get over that.
You're fine.
Getting over that.
Remember we used to do like 2.5 hour episodes? Like,
yeah.
This has been awesome.
This is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
We're doing so good.
We are doing good.
You guys, look at how good we are doing.
We are, and we are going to try and do like, I want to try and get like maybe some shirts out before this holiday season. So we're going to try. We're going to really try our damnedest, but we'll see.
Yes.
No promises, but we're going to really try.
Yes.
Because they're pretty fucking sick looking. I'm not going to lie.
They are.
They're really amazing. You'll want one. I promise.
You will.
And then you want your friends to have one.
I know. Well, we still haven't even...
We'll be our little billboards.
Well, we could do some things.
We can do some things. We'll talk.
But, yeah, so, thanks for hanging out with us today, y'all. We love you and we thank you and we just are glad you're here.
Yeah.
No matter what time you're listening. And, yeah, if you feel so inclined, leave us a review on the old Apple iTunes. You can rate us on Spotify now. You can leave us some stars. You can follow us on the Instagrams. You can email us your deepest, darkest secrets.
It'll be great.
You can DM us. You can say what's up.
Us.
You can be
it's
like,
great.
hey, will you send me a sticker? And I'll be like, yeah, I will.
We will.
You could high five us on the street.
I would really like that, actually. But don't be upset if like I run away from you because I don't know how to interact with strangers. So yeah.
Also, stranger danger.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't be too creepy for us, okay? We love you, but we're creeped out easily. So yeah, thanks again. This is the part of the show where we roll the dice. If this is your first time and you don't know what the fuck we're about to do,
but usually I do it first.
Oh, yeah, Shay does it first. We roll the dice, and the dice will tell us what topic we're going to talk about on the next episode.
Hot topic.
Because it's going to be a hot topic. Hot topic.
Now, that could be a whole fucking...
And a hot pocket.
That could be a whole fucking...
Hot topic?
History thing, because that was
history of hot topic.
Weird history.
From
going from like band
the
shirts
catalogs
to goth and like to like now it's like Hello Pony or Hello.
It's a lot of like anime.
I have a stroke. Like I put like Hello Kitty and My Little Pony together. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it is a thing.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to remember these numbers this time.
6. I don't remember. What is that? Paranormal history? No. Might be Perry's.
I think it might be Perry's. It is. It is Perry's. It's Perry's. I like that. I like Perry's. It's Perry's.
So silly. Okay, well now it's my turn to roll the dice and see what I'm going to talk about because we don't want to decide shit. We already decide everything
in our lives
every day because we're adults now and we're 30-ish. So like this is why we use the dice because we don't want to decide One is pop culture nostalgia.
Yeah, that's your favorite
Nostalgia
too.
pop culture.
It's a good
okay,
one.
cool. I have a couple good ones.
Do you? I
ideas
bet
for
you do.
this.
You always do. You have some good ones. I'm excited. I love when you do
Might
that
mix
one.
up a couple other topics too.
I like when you do that one. It's great.
Okay, cool. Well, it's been real. It's been
super
real fun. Shay even got her fucking pants peed on, so that's pretty dope.
I mean,
What an eventful time.
always a good
It
time.
always
when you
is.
Pants peed on.
Well, I hope you guys have a good rest of your afternoon or night or morning or
Whichever you're doing.
time isn't real, so I guess it doesn't matter.
We're all in the Matrix.
And we'll talk to you later. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.